music.
Okay. Hi everyone. We were just enjoying the music with Peyton and Pamela.
Falcon.
They're our guests, and we're going to talk.
Wow.
Let's not talk about too much about them now.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about them in the show. And let me go ahead and come out of this here. But incredible! We are so excited about this show today, guys. And every week we want to bring you a show that's better and better and better, and hopefully you'll see what we're doing with it and how we're growing and developing. Now we've got exciting stuff, and so I know we're both emotional from Pam's song, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yes, we will. Music is amazing. Music
incredible.
heals.
It's got us both emotional.
Music encourages us and inspires us.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to do a quick shout out. Happy Valentine's Day weekend, everybody.
Yeah, look at this.
You know, stay snuggled. You know, we're trapped in the snow, so we'll be having that fireplace going on for the rest of our weekend and just enjoying our time together. Pardon me, because I am
a little bit teary and emotional here. But everyone, let me just first of all, I want to point. I know you enjoyed the music from Peyton and Pamela.
Yes.
Right, we're going to keep their information right on the screen here. Please go to their website, support artists. They will support you. You connect with them on Facebook and Twitter.
Yes.
They will connect with you, and they will support you as an artist. Support them and buy the tracks. Please support them by actually purchasing their music. Okay, guys, and it's incredible. So anyway, let me first have Renee. What's the news? That's the showbiz news today.
Oh, showbiz news.
Let's get to it.
Showbiz news of the week. We've got a lot of exciting things happening. Rocky, actually, Broadway show Rocky just opened. Yeah, exactly. In previews in New York at the Winter Garden Theater. So a couple of my friends went to go see it last night.
Wait, Cats was there forever.
Forever and ever and ever. And then after Cats, Mamma Mia was there forever and ever.
Okay.
So yeah, they moved and Rocky's there. And one of my really great friends last night, he said he saw it. He said it was incredible. So you might want to check them out. That's a little bit of news. Actually, as well too, been doing just really mentoring and coaching. With the MTC, with the dancers and some of the singer-songwriters, and there's some amazing news that's just come out this past week. Pandora, right? You know how all of us are live streaming, right? Nobody's buying CDs or anything anymore. Everybody's either downloading their music. But Pandora is squaring off actually against ASCAP for over royalty payments. So make sure, if you're a singer-songwriter, make sure you're keeping abreast of what's going on. And that's been in the showbiz music news today. Also, just been finding some really amazing sites just to make sure, and we're going to get into that in a little bit, that you protect and take care of your music and your creativity. So that's what's going on in the music business part of our showbiz today.
How about the auditions? What's going on? A lot of auditions.
We have some great auditions. Please go to our PARS, our Performing Arts Resource site. There are some excellent and some great auditions coming up locally in the New Jersey area, North Jersey and Pennsylvania. A Paper Mill Playhouse is doing some amazing new shows. Media Theater out in Pennsylvania actually as well too. And also a lot of Broadway replacement company tours, Matilda, Pippin. So for those of us that are union, please make sure you check out on our PARS site. Also as well too, some other auditions coming up as well too, seeking piano players, music players for, they're doing some cabaret shows actually at the Society Hill Playhouse in Pennsylvania. And they are also doing some cabaret shows at the Duplex, at the Metropolitan Opera Room. So they are looking for versatile singers. So please check that out on our PARS resource site. We get information and we put it up right away for auditions. So some really cool showbiz news.
I love Renee is so great at getting the news out there and sharing it quickly. So she right away goes on our website, then it goes on our Facebook page. And everything else. And our Twitter. I realized today that we haven't been linking the information to our Twitter account. We actually have a Twitter feed. So we'll share that with you guys at the end of this broadcast. But I just, please, big shout out to Renee. She is the one who's really staying on top of keeping you guys informed with whatever auditions there. And those of you, make sure you contact us. Any questions, if you need any preparation, anything like that, we'll do the best that we can to keep you guys informed. But all that is on Renee. Renee's doing a great job keeping you guys informed. And so I have some news. My news this week, I had a very exciting week. We had a lot of snow, a lot of things going on. And so the number one, I came into this week with, and I mentioned this simply because I just want to express my gratitude and my love for everyone around the world that has prayed for me and my family. I did lose my dad last weekend, and so I just want to, before I get too emotional, just thank everyone for reaching out to me and just praying for me and everything like that. And it's been a really challenging week for me. So a couple of things happened this week where I wasn't on my game, but I think everyone has been very understanding with that.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
also yesterday, I had a youth event yesterday that I am exhausted from, and we had almost 50 kids there that 3 hours and just taking them through incredible excitement. And my youth events, no matter how fun they are, my job is really to teach them about life skills and how defining moments in their lives really define who they are, and especially if they decide to work through it. So yesterday was an incredible, exciting day, and I want to thank all those that helped me with that. Thank you so much. And also, this week was also setting up interviews. I have interviews that we're going to be doing for this broadcast for our upcoming chats.
Yes.
And we're going to let you guys know about that. But this week, especially the last couple of days, I've been hooking up with a couple of our performers around the world and doing interviews.
Yes.
And so look forward to that. And also, I spent a lot of time answering a lot of questions from you guys.
Yes, a lot of technical questions.
I appreciate it. A lot of technical and a lot of things that cross over from your creativity to your technical. So keep sending those questions in. I know right below you can ask your questions. We'll answer them. Well, we're not going to really answer them during the show because we found that it takes a lot of time.
Yes.
And we'd love to do this. So what we did is we chose a question that we were going to, pardon me, I'm still emotional here. Chose a question that we're going to answer. Two questions. Renee's going to answer one, and then I'm going to answer one. But what is your news this week?
Well, my news this week is actually the one of the editors of the fashion magazine that we are featured in. Actually, will be featured in coming up in April. Had contacted me for our measurements and a whole bunch of other specific details.
We got dates for the shoot.
Yes, so we're excited. It's the first week of March is our shoot, and the article doesn't come out until April, but we will let you know where you can get it.
A stylist.
They're gonna style us.
They're gonna dress us up and do our hair, and I'm going to get some shoes.
So we're really excited about that. Also, as well, too, a couple of theater companies and some private companies up in the Princeton and North Jersey area actually have contacted me, and this was via my Facebook page, via my own website page, asking me for more choreographic pieces and more work. For them possibly hiring me. So once again, we keep saying, make sure you get out there, make sure you're connected, make sure you have your website, your blogs, your vlogs, right? Your Twitter account, your LinkedIn account. Make sure you have all that up and running because you never know. And I love that. You know, we get our children off to school. You know, we have our cup of coffee or our tea. I'm drinking tea today.
We plan our day, share our day,
we plan our day,
discuss our day.
Yes, and then as soon as I go on, then I'm like, oh, honey, I got a call. Oh, I got more work. Oh, and we are doing it at the comfort of our own home.
Right.
And that's what I think that I love about where our industry is headed and using the technical aspect, because you know what, I can get all my work done, get my letters out, get everything, my reels sent.
Well, let's not turn this into a platform.
Sorry, but and enjoy my day. Yeah, enjoy. But your news. I'm sharing my news.
Let's do this, everyone. I apologize. At the beginning of the show, I wanted everyone just to right below send us a comment saying that you can hear us and see us.
Oh yes.
Okay, and also share your news. Just one thing happened this week that you're excited about, and share it, and we'd love to hear. Okay, so let's move on. We have our PARS tip of the week. Hot off the press. What is it? Protect your creativity. Especially with the technology, all that's out there. You put your creativity out there for the world to see, and you have to be aware that there are people out there that will steal your ideas. So protect your creativity. We talk a lot about that. Even when when I worked management with artists, it was one of the biggest things that we were concerned on and still concerned about. And Renee mentions this thing that's going on with Pandora, and so you want to protect your creativity. We spoke to you about that with respect to when we shared Fred Talixon
Yes.
and how we talked a lot about that.
Right.
I also did a couple of articles on protection for even choreographers.
Yes.
You know, to protect your creativity.
Make sure you protect
Right.
it. Make sure you brand yourself. Make sure you have you've copywritten your material. Really utilize the website. Really utilize it, and Google some things. I've spoken over this past week with a lot of young up and coming singer-songwriters. Make sure you go to BMI, make sure you go to ASCAP, make sure you go to those websites so that you can really get the information that you need, as far as your royalties. All these mechanical rights, all this terminology is very important for you to understand. So make sure you have that circle of trust of people and family members that are going to help you navigate through that. So that's what that's all about, protecting your creativity. And it's awesome, to be able to share some pieces. I know some of my other choreographer friends have shared pieces or have made DVDs actually of shows that they've done, only to see that in competition where people are making money off of their own stage direction or choreography. So please beware of what you post on there. Please beware, do you know what I mean, of how much you post. You don't want to do a whole full show of your material or choreography.
Give them a taste. That's why it's important
with
to create teaser videos or
Yes.
teaser audios. And if you're going to do something and show them the whole version, make sure it's highly branded with
Yes.
you and you're protected this way. There's no question that it's your material. And so yes, please make sure you do that. I lost my thought for a second there, but
that's our tip for the week.
Tip for the week. Protect your creativity.
Please protect it.
Okay, so we have questions. Two questions we're going to answer based on the responses from last show and during the week.
Yeah.
So we chose these two. Renee chose one, and I chose one.
Yeah,
so
wanna go ahead?
I'll go first. So the first one, I got a question about domain names, website addresses. So I had one artists had asked said that they had several websites for the projects that they're doing from shows and all these other projects, and asked, is it important, should I have a website with my own name? And my answer very quickly is yes, because you are yes, you'll be part of projects, but projects come and go, and so you want people to know who you are and that you're connected to projects. But you want to be able to send them to your website, your professional name website. Nothing cute or anything like that. Mine is peterliciaga.com. Renee's is reneeliciaga.com. And so you have to have your professional name, and then from there you can have a section where it talks about your different projects, and then you can link those links to the other projects. So my recommendation is to have your own domain name.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the answer to that question.
Great. And our other question actually came from a student of mine and someone that I worked with a while ago in a show, theatrical production down here in southern New Jersey. And he asked, what do I do if I see an audition or a casting and it says equity or union? If I'm non-union, should I still go? And what I would suggest to all of you is that if you're non-union and it's an equity principal audition or an equity chorus call audition, if it does not specify at the bottom that non-union will be seen as time permits, then you probably shouldn't go. They've got hundreds, if not hundreds or thousands of union people that they need to make sure that they go through and that are seen, that are cast first before then. Now, the upside and the great side to that is this, is that if it's a local theater company, say the Walnut Street or the Arden, they will, but only after they have done their equity principal and equity chorus auditions, they will say that they will put a call out there to say non-union auditions or non-union understudies for. I know that they're doing a how to succeed in business without really trying. And right now they are hiring and looking for non-union understudies. And that's a separate call. So, if you don't want to waste your time, I would definitely listen to the call. Even sometimes as well, too, the casting directors and the producers, if you're sitting around for hours, sometimes they do get upset and then they really won't want to see you because you haven't followed proper protocol.
Right.
So, and that's just with our experience of 30 plus years of not being union and then being union.
Yeah, there might be a blue moon that you can go there and they can see you and there's no one showed up and they take you and you get booked. But you know what? It's all about creating this professionalism, being perceived
Yes.
as a professional. And we'll talk a little bit about that when we talk about Peyton, because Peyton and Joe Kaliba actually talked about building those relationships and connecting with people. But make sure you go to the calls that are for you.
Yes.
And crashing a call, I would not recommend that, because you're trying to build a reputation, and you want people to remember you in a great way, in a professional way, not in a way that's intrusive and inconvenient. So, I definitely wanted to piggyback on Renee on that.
And one more thing that I wanted to say as well too, if and this just happened actually to a performer, someone that I worked with in the past, and I pretty much mentored him back and forth, and he will privately message me, inbox me, and say, "Hey Renee, I'm looking forward to this call, but it just says union people. Do you know these people?" And because we've worked for so many years in this area, many of the performers that I ended up working with are now the directors and the producers of the shows over at the Walnut and the Art and the other theater companies in this area. So they will ask me, and I'll say, you know what, yes, send in your information and tell them that Renee sent you. But only do that if I've said to do that.
Because we had that one time.
Yes, please get my permission.
Yes.
And this young gentleman, he went in, they did see him, but he followed proper protocol. He sent the information, they gave him an audition slot, even though it was all union and he was non-union. He was heard with his singing. He said, "Oh, and by the way, Renee says hello," and they smiled. So that was a great thing for him to do, to follow that proper protocol. But you definitely want to make sure, as my husband said, that you keep it professional.
Yeah, keep it professional. So those are our questions of the week. So remember, we're going to answer your questions. Put them right below. Ask your questions. Leave your comments. If you have some suggestions, we'd love to hear them. So put it right below. And how are you guys feeling right now? I'm having, actually, real quickly, I'm having hot chocolate with a little bit of coffee in it, but hot chocolate. I felt like hot chocolate today.
Yeah, we've been drinking hot chocolate for the last 2 years. I'm having a nice, lovely cup of tea, love.
What kind of tea?
For all of our friends in lovely England.
It's a black.
I'm having the chai tea.
The chai. Oh, that's what
Oh, no, not the spiced apple, but I'm having the chai tea.
The chai tea. So what are you guys having? What are you drinking right now? Okay, so anyway, we'll move on. I'm excited. This part, we're going to talk about artists and share some conversations we had with our artists that we're going to talk about. Great friends. We have, I love it because we have artists, we have a new artist that's just turned 17 years old and is now becoming a powerhouse in country world. And we've got an artist that has been in this industry for quite a while, and
a long time.
She is seasoned, and so I'm excited about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share our screen, and we're going to go ahead and dive in and talk about these incredible artists. Now, have your notepad ready, because as exciting as it is, I want you to ask yourself, what can you do as a professional artist that they're doing, that you can implement, you can start doing right now, because there's some great things they're doing right now that can help you right now. Okay, and so let me go ahead and share this screen. I'm very, very excited. Okay, first one is Peyton Taylor. Tell everyone about Peyton.
Yes, well, I met Peyton, I think, when she was like 12, 13 years old. She's done a lot of the theater work down at Main Stage, Center for the Performing Arts in Blackwood, New Jersey. And singer, dancer, actress, wanted to do the Broadway stuff, and pretty much coached her with some things. And also her amazing manager and fellow musician, and he writes and producing and photography. He does it all. Joe Kaliba. Actually, he was my musical director on a couple shows that I actually directed down at Main Stage, Godspell and Smokey Joe's Cafe. He's an amazing man. He's been in the music industry for close to 30 years, starting off actually as a performer, songwriter, singer, moving down to Nashville, doing music, and then coming back home to southern New Jersey, where his family's from, and giving of his time and talents and services to the next generation by teaching guitar and piano, music theory. I mean, he does it all. Photography. It's just been amazing and incredible. But the both of them, with their families, ended up picking up from southern New Jersey, moving down to Nashville, Tennessee about 1.5 years ago, and Peyton's career has just taken off. I mean, it's just incredible. I'm so super proud of her, because she had a vision, 12 and 13 years old, and having someone like Joe as her manager and songwriter and vocal teacher to be able to help her craft her voice and her gift. She's been performing in live bands. She's been at the CMA Music Awards. has gotten just invaluable information from, Taylor Swift's former manager and all these people that she's surrounding herself with,
Right.
and that they're surrounding themselves with as a family, because it's a team. His daughter, actually, Lisa, also is the bass player in the band. Joe's daughter.
Yeah.
And it's just been incredible to see them blossom and to see where she's going and what she's doing. So Peter's going to sharing the screen now.
We interviewed them the other day, and again, I my technical skills, again, this week was a rough week.
Yeah.
It did not record, so Joe and Peyton, I truly apologize for that. But they had said, we spent almost an hour with them on conference, and then they're sharing this incredible nuggets of wisdom. And I do apologize for not getting it, but one of the things that they, when you look at their website, the work that they do, and it's just incredible. And they have the tours. You can see right here on the screen. She's got tours going on there. She had a tour 2 days ago in Colombia, and so or at least a show there. And then we're going to, and then her Facebook page. You can see how she's using that. You're tapping my arm. Why are you tapping my arm?
No. I just wanted to see. I'm looking at the screen.
Okay, and so, so there's this stuff that she's doing, what they're doing there, going out there. Now, is anything you remember from what they told about? I know they said getting out there, because one thing I saw that was really incredible is that she's got almost 11,000 people liking her page, following, and I asked them, I asked Joe, how did they get that kind of a number on there? Did they pay advertising? Because you can pay to have people go to your Facebook page, and they said absolutely not. What they do is whenever they get out there, they network with the fans. They hang out after the show, sometimes up to 2 hours after she finishes the show, and she just hangs out with the fans and answers their questions, signs autographs, and invites them to go to her Facebook page or Twitter, on Twitter page, and like her and follow her. And this is how, and this is done organically. And we were talking a lot about rolling up those sleeves and actually really putting work behind your own career. And so the thing is that this is they are a perfect example of how they took today's technology and then old-fashioned, elbow grease and rolling up those sleeves, and by the sweat of their brows, working their service, their art, their craft, and getting out there. This is perfect. And so I was really, really excited about that, and I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I know another thing that they shared as well too. If you go to the top of Taylor's website, if you go to the top of her website, and you can see with the sponsorship, Daisy Rock Girl Guitars, and I asked them both, how did they start that? And Damon Smile, the one that's up here with her braces. And, Joe said that she was just like, well, I'm already wearing my braces. I have to wear these, so I'm already promoting. So they actually, quite a few places have contacted her because she was already promoting the braces and the Daisy Rock Girl guitars and the boots that she wears, because she actually really loves the products. So they were actually asking her. So that's one way that they got sponsorship, to be able to, have the funds and the monies to be able to travel, and when they tour, buying new music equipment. I also asked Peyton, what she's learned, and she just said it's been exciting for her, and I'm going to try to quote her as best that I can. She said, Miss Renee, when you're uncomfortable in something, she goes, that's where greatness begins. Because she is pushing herself and not staying in her comfort zone with her voice, but she's taking piano lessons now. They were going, I think when we would talk to them the other day, they were in the car going to a songwriter's workshop actually across town in Nashville with some other young up and coming artists, and she's also learned how to play the guitar. So she said that, as an artist, as a songwriter, she's just continuing to learn and continuing to grow and create. And Joe said the same thing. He said, even though he's been in this business over 30 years, he said it just doesn't stop there. He said, you have to continue to grow. You have to continue to nurture your gift and talent. And then I thought was the most important thing to me, because I love music, is that he said, then you got to share it with your fans. And it has to be real. It has to be transparent. It has to move them. He said, and he said that's what he loves about being down there in Nashville.
Yeah, and he said, he also said that when they were trying to get people to support them and sponsor these sponsors. He called up so many companies, and he got a lot of no's. And then it was Peyton that came up with the idea, I believe, that said that,
Yes.
hey, you know, my braces, I wear my braces, let's call them up. And what press of the company was a Damon Smile company a lot was the fact that she was already using it.
Yes.
And it was promoted. She was actually using the product. So with that in mind, they supported her, and then that gave Joe the idea that go ahead and look at what Peyton was using, and then go ahead and approach those companies. And what they also loved was the fact that when they see how she was engaging her fans, and
Yes.
you can tell. It's one thing that Peyton said. They both said that you can tell whether someone's really touching their fans and engaging their fans and building relationships, because when they add a comment or a photo, there's a lot of people commenting and liking. And so that's the companies love that. So that's something that you guys can start doing right now. Look at the things that you're doing and how you're using some of these products, and start. If you're a singer, start actually incorporating this in your website, in your Facebook, and your
Yes.
social networks, and that plants seeds to maybe, if not now, but future sponsors that are going to support you.
Yes, it catches their attention.
Catch
Say
their
if you're
attention,
if you're a singer songwriter and you're playing, you know,
Right.
with the Fender guitars or whatever
Right,
it is,
right.
and you put out guitars or whatever,
Right.
then they will take notice, because
Right.
they're actually looking for people as well too to promote
Yeah,
their
use
things.
hashtags, and even
Hashtags
a lot of you make
still-
joke. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
we had some comedians make joke of the hashtags,
Yes.
but it is true.
It is.
Okay, and so this is I keep calling her Taylor, but Peyton Taylor right here.
Yes.
So her Facebook page. She's got her Twitter. She's engaged with people. Look at the photos. And one thing that Joe pointed out when I asked him, you know, how is the technology really serving them and their brand? He says, well, if you go to all their websites, there's a congruency. The photos are the same.
Yes.
The branding, you can see on the top of her Facebook page. And do please go like them, okay?
Yes.
And look at that. It's all the same branding. Same thing with her Twitter. And she's also on Google Plus. And so anywhere you can find her, Google her and connect with her, you know, and find out where she's singing. Go out and support that artist, and she
Yes.
will support you also. She'll connect with her, and I'll tell you, our friends, really, we said it last week and we'll say it again, the friends that we have, we are so blessed to have friends that are
Yes.
so genuine, transparent, and giving.
Yes, and
Giving.
willing to be able to take chances, and willing to be able to continue to learn.
Right.
And that's one of the things I'm excited about with Peyton, is that she has a teachable spirit. And something very important that they said
Right.
when we spoke to them was, the circle down there is even tighter. And Joe
Yeah.
was saying
Oh,
that,
gosh,
you know,
yeah.
and this was on, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but Taylor Swift's former manager said that they're getting a lot of record deals, a lot of these young singers that are going down to Nashville for country or folk or crossover, whatever, because they do it all in Nashville. And he said a lot of young performers are being signed. He said, but then a lot of them, they're not either working with them or they're dropping them because they don't have a work ethic. They're
Rick Barker.
Rick Barker, there you go.
Rick Barker.
They're
yes.
they're not working. They're not coming in late, you know, in on time. And so Peyton has realized that, she said, wow, okay, you know, that she's been professional, that she's been organized, and they've seen her over the past couple of years. And then when they finally say, okay, well, Peyton, you know, we're ready. What do you have to bring to the table? That she can continue to, not just her professionalism, but her as an artist. What has she been learning? How has she been growing? What is she doing? So that's why she's been taking piano lessons and guitar lessons, and really getting into a lot of different styles and genres
Right.
of music down there. So
Right. She also mentioned, they both mentioned the power of being a professional.
Yes.
And again, you know, and they're experiencing it now, because she's doing tours. She's got musicians, roadies that are going
Yes.
with them, and no one in their right mind is going to hire someone that does not get along with anyone else, that is not a professional,
Right.
that's not going to make the project
That's not a team
pleasure.
player.
It's not a team
Yeah.
player. So the one thing, and Joe, with his years, and I agree with this also, years of experience, you could be maybe a pretty good talent here, but if you are great at working and working together with the team and helping tell the story, bring the project to fruition this way, it's a win-win-win for everyone, then we're going to choose you over someone that's extremely talented, but yet is not a professional. They don't like to work on a team. They think they're a prima donna, and they make everyone's life hell because they think it's all about them.
Right.
And so it's important that you, as performing artists, to really establish this being genuine, transparent, being honest, growing and developing, and letting people see this in a very discerning way. Be responsible about who you are, what you're learning, but be a professional, and that will make a difference. Hone your craft. Be what they need, but also the most important thing, what every project needs, is someone that's willing to work within the team. Okay, and so let's move on. Let's go to Miss Pam.
Yes, okay.
So anyway, Joe and Peyton, thank you so much. We love you guys, and we're definitely going to hook up again with them.
Yes.
And get you their voices, just sharing their information. We are right below. We're going to share some audio, some podcasts that we did with them.
Yes.
And we'll have it's right below, so you should be seeing it right now. So let's go to Miss Pamela Falcon.
Woo!
Yeah,
that's all I can say about Pamela.
Well, Pam, congratulations on your success. You and your buddy is a new name for me. I just got introduced to him with this new track. What is his name? I'm sorry. Let me get his name right over here. Let me bring it up here. Because Isaac. There we go. His name is Isaac. And this is their track, and congratulations, number 13 on the Euro charts.
Awesome.
And I know, everyone, if you've heard it, I think you'll agree that it's going to be an international hit. I think it's an anthem kind of song
it's
that
incredible.
people can connect with.
It's incredible.
You heard it for the first time today.
Yeah, I did. Let's share with everybody that's out there that's watching, actually, how we know Pamela Falcon. We met her back in 1988 when we did the first cast of Starlight Express in Bochum, Germany. And she was one of and I think she still is. I think you still are. Pamela singing in the pit at night with Starlight. But she is an amazing talent. She's been singing for, I don't know, over 45 years. She's from New York and sang background for Aerosmith, to the Scorpions, to Jimmy Cliff, all the rock stars from the 80s all the way into the 90s, touring with them. She finally went over to Europe and Germany and said, you know what, she was going to do her own thing. She's had her own band, Una. She's done tons of industrial things. That's where I got a chance to actually be on stage and actually sing backup for her, doing industrial shows with Anaya Day.
Remember Anaya Day?
Remember Anaya Day that we had her on last week on the other show? So, I mean, being able to work with these powerhouse, amazing singers, and not just singers, but performers.
Vocalists.
She's an amazing vocalist. She's also an amazing woman. She has her own New York academy, right? Performing Arts Vocal Academy, where she is coaching the next generation of amazing singers in Europe, giving back. She's in Switzerland, Germany, Japan. She's all over in that area. And
she's working with she was on The Voice Germany,
right?
And
last year.
Now she coaches the people that are going into it now. So she's giving back, and at the same time she's got this. She's staying true as an artist, and she's also seeing the power and the importance of giving back to the future artists and just sharing. She's always been that way. I remember, last time I did Starlight Express, in 1999 was the last time I did Starlight Express. She was doing our vocal walks and just sharing tips and how we can keep our voices healthy doing 8 shows a week with a show like Starlight Express, and she's always there ready to contribute and to serve, right? And so if you go through her, you'll notice that her website is in German.
Auf Deutsch.
Auf Deutsch. But you can go through it and listen to the music, and incredible. Her voice, phenomenal voice, a belter, and you also see how she engages her fans. And here's her Facebook page here.
Scroll down. How many fans does she have?
She's got I think about 4. This is actually her personal page, not a fan page. So she's got about 5,000, just about the limit that you can have on your Facebook profile page. And she probably has a fan page, but I haven't connected with that yet, so I could show you that to you maybe another time. But find her, Google her. Yes. And this is there, and definitely. She's active on Twitter also. Again, her branding, you see her branding. Yes. Her website is PamelaFalcon.com. Again, Peyton's website is PeytonTaylor.com. Their names are out there. Whatever projects they are attached to,
Yes.
they are promoting themselves as a brand, and that helps their career and helps the projects.
Yes, and with Pamela, she has been doing this for many years, and this is her tag is singer. Can you go back up to the singer, songwriter, and vocal coach. So she's living in Germany, and I think she still actually has a place in New York as well too, because she does come home to see family. But I mean, she's stationed in Germany. But I mean, they'll need her to do an industrial in Switzerland, and coach for The Voice. I think The Voice in Switzerland, and now The Voice is all over now. Actually, I think there's maybe The Voice in Scandinavia, Denmark. So she is touring and traveling all over.
She's in Scandinavia.
She's in Scandinavia.
But she also does the workshops. She has this workshop she gives back. She has one this weekend, and she sings out in the clubs there. She's always out there, honing her craft, sharing with people, singing with other people. She's amazing. I cannot tell you,
amazing woman.
The power of building now. I'll be talking a lot about sustainability.
Yes.
And so she has mastered about reinventing yourself, and Joe did mention that artists in this industry, you have to constantly reinvent yourself so that you're relevant and current to what's going on in the industry, and Pamela is a perfect example of that, in my opinion. That's my personal and professional opinion. Incredible at reinventing herself and being relevant to what's going on in the entertainment world, albeit her world and her circle of influence, because she's in Europe and just doing incredible. She's a superstar out there and working with the best of the best when it comes to producers and music producers, and also television now. Out there in Europe. And so thank you, Pam, again,
Pam.
for sharing. And
is there any way that we can click on anything to go through, for it to go through?
For what to go through?
So just to hear a vocal sample or a vocal click, or we're going to put that underneath for everybody?
Pam?
Yes.
Oh yeah, right after you heard it in the beginning, those were their voices, and right at the end you're going to hear it again. I recommend go to their websites, please. It's great. We appreciate you coming to us, but I want you, more importantly, not only to be connected to us, but please connect with these artists that we're sharing with you. And they will open their arms to you, and you just mention our names, and they will open their hearts. They'll support you. They'll give you the feedback that you need, the professional feedback that you need, and we can all learn so much from one another. Right.
And especially for those of us in the PARS group, we are young and up and coming performing artists.
Right. Exactly.
So to get that. It's like you would have to go to these master workshops and pay thousands and thousands of dollars, and whereas you can just go to these websites and really learn about these people and how they've done things, because these are the artists that are giving back and sharing for the next generation and for you.
Right.
So take that and utilize that, and then take what that from that what you need, so that you can continue to establish and build upon your career.
Right.
And that's why I think my husband and I, once again, we've said it, and I think we say it every week. That is one of the reasons why we created the PARS resource
and we
site.
continue to work on it and develop it and grow it and build it, and so simply for that. Now, right below on the screen, we're going to start wrapping it up. Right below on the screen, you can see the link, the websites to PamelaFalcon.com and PeytonTaylor.com right there. Please go to their sites and please support them. Also, we want to just keep you guys encouraged as we get ready for a whole new week. Starting tomorrow, whole new week. I want to know what you guys are doing. What are your plans this week for you as a creator, as an artist? What are you going to do this week?
What I hope some of them are going to auditions this week in Pennsylvania, New
there's
Jersey,
always something
New York.
to do.
There's a lot to do.
Questions to ask, and getting the answers to questions that you've asked already, and then studying out on that, honing your craft, and connecting with people, looking for the auditions, getting more training, honing your craft, and it's just continue. There's never-ending work. Okay, until you say, okay, now I'm going to rest, get back up, and work. It's hard work. However, there's nothing like working hard on something that you are passionate about. And so let's go. We're going to go ahead and start wrapping up. Let me go ahead and lower this. Here we got Peyton there. We're going to have them going. We're going to sign off on you guys, and you can enjoy this music once again. And on here we have our Facebook link here. and also our Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. And then definitely go to our website page.
Yes.
But also make sure, again, I cannot say it enough, please connect with Peyton, connect with Pamela, let them know that you found out about them on our Pars chat, and that you just that you purchased their songs and following them because of how you found out about them. Okay, so I will say my goodbye simply by saying goodbye. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
And Renee, what's your goodbye?
That's it. Goodbye.
That's it. Okay.
Take care.
Okay, we're going to keep this going, and we're just going to mute us, and then Renee and I are going to wrap up. Take care. Bye.
You and I'll be safe and sound. Don't you dare look out your